Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Podcast Hub. Today we're starting a brand new story and it's all about traveling. Emily, you told me once about your very first solo trip. Can you share that with our listeners?
Sure, Jake. I was just 18 years old when I finally decided to travel on my own. I booked a ticket to Tulum, Mexico. Honestly, I was so nervous.
Nervous in what way?
Well, it was my first time flying alone. My family was worried too. They kept asking if I was really ready, and I kept asking myself the same question, but still, I wanted the adventure. So,
So you went ahead and took the flight?
exactly. And once I landed in Tulum, everything changed. The beaches were stunning, the atmosphere was so alive, and I felt this huge sense of freedom.
Did you explore much while you were there?
Oh, yes, I swam in the cenotes, those natural pools that are so magical in Mexico. And I also visited Chichen Itza, one of the new seven wonders of the world. Standing in front of that giant pyramid, it gave me goosebumps.
Wow, that must have been unforgettable.
It really was. That trip showed me something important. I could do it. I could travel alone, discover new places, and trust myself to handle it all. It gave me confidence and it made me believe I could go anywhere.
So that was the beginning of many more adventures.
Yes, Jake. My first trip to Mexico. It's the trip that changed everything for me.
So, Emily, after Mexico, did you already start thinking about your next trip?
Oh, definitely. Once I came back, I couldn't stop planning. When I turned 19, I booked a ticket to Costa Rica.
Nice. Where did you go first?
I went to a town called Tamarindo, and let me tell you, I saw the most beautiful sunset of my entire life. Even now, I still remember the colors in the sky. It was unforgettable.
That sounds amazing. Did you try anything new there?
Yes, I took surfing lessons. I had never surfed before, but in Tamarindo, it just felt right. Falling off the board again and again was part of the fun.
I can imagine, but you didn't stay only in Tamarindo, right?
Right. After that, I traveled to Manuel Antonio. There, I volunteered at a hostel for a full month.
Volunteering? How did that work?
Basically, I worked in exchange for a free place to stay near the beach. My jobs included cleaning the bathrooms and kitchen, keeping the rooms tidy, and sometimes helping at reception. It was hard work, but totally worth it.
And I guess you met a lot of people there?
Oh, yes, I made two very special friends, a French couple. The girl was a tattoo artist, and she's actually the one who gave me one of my tattoos. The guy introduced me to scuba diving, which became one of my favorite hobbies. And
Wow, so that month gave you unforgettable memories.
absolutely. Volunteering in Costa Rica gave me freedom, new friendships, and experiences I never thought I'd have. That's why it was such an important part of my journey.
So, Emily, after Costa Rica, where did your travels take you next?
Well, Jake, I had always dreamed about going to Thailand. Ever since I was a kid, people called me Thai. And when I heard there was a country called Thailand, I felt like I just had to visit one day. Plus, I've always loved elephants, so it felt like the perfect destination.
That makes sense. So, when did you finally decide to go?
I booked my ticket right before my birthday. It was a long journey, almost 52 hours with layovers. My family was super nervous because Thailand is so far from Mexico, but I had made up my mind.
How did you feel when you landed?
nervous but also excited. I ordered a Grab, that's like Uber in Southeast Asia, to get to my hostel, but I got a little lost. A kind man noticed I was confused and actually gave me a ride to the hostel. That simple act of kindness made me feel safe and welcome.
And your birthday, did you celebrate it there?
Yes, I did. I spent my birthday alone, which felt strange but also really cool. Nobody knew it was my birthday, and that gave me a sense of freedom.
How long did you stay in Southeast Asia?
About 3 months. I traveled around Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Each country had something special. Uh,
What stood out the most?
in Vietnam, the food was incredible, and the people were always smiling and singing karaoke. In Cambodia, the beaches were pristine, and the food was so interesting. And of course, Thailand, the energy, the culture, and yes, the elephants. Everything I had hoped for.
Sounds like a trip full of memories.
It really was. My time in Southeast Asia taught me how big and beautiful the world is. It was an adventure I'll never forget.
So, Emily, after Southeast Asia, where did you head next?
After some time back home in Mexico, I flew to Portugal. I volunteered at a hostel near Lisbon in a town called Cascais.
Cascais. That's by the ocean, right?
Exactly. The hostel was just a short walk from the beach, but the work there was tough. I had long shifts, cleaning, helping with guests, and sometimes doing reception. It wasn't easy, but the people I worked with made it special.
Who did you work with?
4 amazing people, 2 from Argentina, 1 from Ecuador, and 1 from Brazil. They became some of my closest friends during that time.
That's a great thing about volunteering abroad. You really build connections.
Totally. And even though the work was hard, every day I had the ocean right there. The only catch was the water was freezing. It's the Atlantic Ocean, and the first time I swam in it, I couldn't feel my hands, toes, or even my face.
So, I guess you didn't swim much.
Actually, the opposite. I decided to go in every single day. Even when I was sick with a fever and a cough, I still jumped into that icy water. It was crazy, but it made me feel alive.
That's such a cool memory.
Yeah, Portugal gave me some of my favorite travel memories: hard work, strong friendships, and the refreshing Atlantic every single day.
After Portugal, did you go straight home or was there another adventure waiting?
I went back to Mexico for a while, but soon I planned another trip, this time to Akumal, which is known as the City of Turtles.
Oh, wow. Sounds unique. What did you do there?
I volunteered at a turtle sanctuary. Our job was to protect the mama turtles and their babies. We worked late at night from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m.
That's a long shift. What kind of things did you have to do?
We made sure the eggs were safe from predators and even from people. We also checked that nobody was using bright lights. Bright lights confuse baby turtles because they mistake them for the moon. That's why we only used red lights at night.
That makes sense. And what about the mother turtles?
We had to keep the area calm so the mothers felt safe enough to lay their eggs. It was exhausting, but honestly, so worth it.
Sounds unforgettable.
It really was. I also made good friends there. But, funny story, my ex-boyfriend didn't get along with another volunteer. They argued a lot, and in the end, we were asked to leave the sanctuary.
Oh no. That must have been tough.
Yeah, it was. But once I got home, I realized how special that experience had been. Helping the turtles was something I'll always remember. And now I'm already excited because my next trip is to Brazil.
Amazing. From turtles in Mexico to new adventures in Brazil. You never stop moving, Emily.
That's true, Jake. Traveling keeps teaching me new lessons every time.
Wow, Emily. From Mexico to Costa Rica to Southeast Asia, then Portugal, back to Mexico with the turtles, and now Brazil. That's an incredible journey.
It really is. Each trip gave me new memories, new friends, and a stronger belief that I could do things on my own. Traveling solo taught me so much about the world and about myself.
And that's exactly why we wanted to share this story on the English Podcast Hub. Because sometimes hearing someone else's journey inspires us to take our own first step.
Absolutely. And now we'd love to hear from you. Where was your very first trip, and what made it special for you?
Share your thoughts with us in the comments. We always enjoy reading your stories.
And don't forget, turn on notifications so you don't miss our next episodes.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
This is Emily.
Uh, and this is Jake.
And you're listening to the English Podcast Hub. See you next time. And you're listening to the English Podcast Hub. See you next time.